xunit 3 has been out for a minute, and the migration guide that you're referencing states that all you need to do is swap out xunit for xunit v3 and update the project to have the tag OutputType, and it's all done. But it's not. On a real project, you get build breaks from a namespace that quietly moved, and the fun part, hundreds of analyzer breaks that weren't there yesterday. I ran this on eShopOnWeb. Let's see how Claude got on. Just for context, xunit 3 is a full rewrite. Test assemblies are now self-executing, and there's a whole Microsoft testing platform story, which I am not going to cover here deliberately. I'm deliberately staying on VSTest, so that means keeping the Microsoft SDK and the xunit runner, because this is what most teams do. It keeps the CI the same and all your muscle memory intact. This is eShopOnWeb, Microsoft's reference app. It has 4 tests. Unit test, integration test, and functional tests are all xunit tests. The public integration test is MSS, and that's going to be left alone. This is going to be our useful control group. Central package management, all the versions live here. We've got xunit 2.9 and the equivalent xunit runner, and look, a dead console runner. Keep an eye on this one. Before we touch anything, let's get a baseline and run all our tests. Instead of me pasting in a migration guide, I'm going to use a .NET skill. This gives Claude the migrate xunit to xunit v3 skill. It's a markdown file in the repo. You can read it yourself. It has all the package mappings, the output type requirement, the target framework minimums, and all the API breaking changes. The value here isn't secret. It's just now Claude can go directly to the file instead of searching for a random blockwork. Here's the prompt. Notice the constraint I'm putting on it. That's the difference between a good and a bad prompt. Migrate the solutions test projects from xunit 2 to xunit 3. Keep the VSTest runner, Microsoft.NET Test.Sdk plus xunit.runner.visualstudio. Do not migrate to the Microsoft test platform. Central package management is in the directories, packages, props file. Commit after each phase. Do not migrate onto the Microsoft testing platform. Is doing the heavy lifting here. Without this, he'll be left to his own devices. Half the guidance pushes you straight onto MTP. First thing it does is it reads all the CS proj files. Then this. It's a landmine sweep. It's every one of those v3 breaking changes. It's checking the blast radius before it makes any edits. This is what separates AI wrote some code for me versus it actually planned things out. Wow. It also ran .NET package search, and it's pinning against a real version instead of guessing. Phase 1, central package management, xunit to xunit 3. The packages have been bumped from v2 to v3. And look, our console runner is gone because the tests are self-executing. We don't need it anymore. And look, all 3 test projects have been updated to be X's self-executing. It also found the rotting.NET xunit dependency on our functional test that's been long dead since .NET 2. The restore succeeds, and the build, oh, it's red. This is why I don't cut this part out. The docs tell you that the I test output helper moved, and you read it and you forget about it. This one file had that dead namespace, and the whole build is down. Claude ditches it, and the build succeeds. Quick tangent, because this change is likely to bite you. xunit extraction is gone as a package, and mostly as a namespace. The test output helper now sits under xunit. If you have a base class taking iTestOutputHelper as a constructor argument, and your integration tests most certainly do, then this is something that you need to take heed of. It's a trivial fix, but a wide one. Note the output here. It says text execution command line. We're still on VSTest, and that was the whole constraint. And our MS test project is untouched and fine. One thing worth flagging here is I asked for a commit per changed. Claude pushed back on that because if it was to make the change to the central package management, it would leave the commit in a broken state. Go Claude. So that's the migration done, except v3 ships with a bunch of analyzers. Same code, same tests, hundreds of analyzer errors. Let's give Claude one more shot and see if it can fix these analyzer errors. Claude buckets them. They're mainly 2 rules in 69 different locations. It didn't start editing the files. It counted first and deduped them. xunit 2013 is a cosmetic change, and xunit 1051 is an interesting one. Any call that takes a cancellation token should take a test context cancellation token. This is so test can actually be cancelled. Watch this, because this is my favorite bit of the whole run. Those aren't even real calls. They're mocks from end substitute, passing in default, passing in arg any, cancellation token is the right fix and warning for it. That's the thing I want you to take away. A final place would have done the job, left you with a green build but broken tests. What actually happened here is apply, notice the smell, read the documentation, revert, apply the fix, and explain the difference. This is not magic. This is a competent contributor that doesn't get tired on file 40, which on a migration is most of the value. Let's build it all again. All our tests passed, no errors, no failures. Same test, same count, still on VSTest, 2 commits, the migration, the analyzer cleanup, and they're separated. So if something were to come up next week, I know which one to revert. So a real solution, 4 test projects, 1 break build, over 100 analyzer warnings, and 1 moment where the fix had to be undone. Start to finish, 2 prompts. There's nothing here that you couldn't have done by hand. It's just by hand, it's an afternoon, and you would have missed the whole end substitute thing. If you want more of this, actual migrations on actual code bases, not hello world, you know what to do.